Okay, so I'm feeling more and more confident in my GX470. Mind you, backstory, to fit my big tires on my car, everyone says you couldn't put the size I put on. I said, I'll prove the internet wrong. And I dremeled my fender wells to fit my tires.
Are they 33s?
They're big. They're like 30, 31, almost 32s. But they're like big, right? I dremeled them so I don't have fender liners on my front fenders. Took them off. And I also hammered the pinch welds on the back of the front fender flat.
Gotta hammer them.
So we're off-roading, whatever. Jeff Tumang in his 4Runner, four-wheel drive with Nittos and a spacer lift, goes off-road and goes through the mega puddle headlight deep. And I'm like, I can fucking do that. Mind you, my brain didn't realize I removed my fucking fender liners.
Oh! Which deflects water.
Water. And then I have a tube sucking in water, basically, headlight deep. So I'm like, I'm going to do it. Let's floor it. Yeah, let's go. And the truck's like hammering, like roosting. I'm like, this is fucking rad. Water's coming over the hood, up to the windshield. I'm in the deep part, but I'm still hammering it. Yeah. Then the car starts gulping water and starts going blah, blah, blah. I get out of the puddle, but just barely out. Yeah. The car stops. Hydrolock. So I'm like, okay, I know what's happening in my brain, but I'm denying it. I'm saying, no, this is not true. This is not happening. I'm in the middle of an off-road trail and my engine's blowing. This is not right. How am I getting home? Jeff's with me. So he's like, crank it over. I'm like, dude, I'm only going to crank it over once, which I guess you should never do.
I thought you're not supposed to crank it over. You're supposed to release all the water out.
Yeah, he goes, crank it over. I'm like, I'm not going to do that. He goes, just try it. I'm like, okay, he's a mechanic. He knows. Jeff's coming from a Land Rover background, so those things stop all the time, and it's usually wiring. It's not because it's sucked in water.
Yeah.
So he's like, okay. And so I crank it over, and I stop. I'm like, I'm not doing that anymore. He goes, okay, fine. So then we pull off the airbox, and there's dripping mud in the filter. It's still dripping. Oh. So then we go deeper up the channel, and I go in the air tube, and there's puddles of mud. Looks like a river. Looks like a river in the air tube. I'm like, okay, let's hope to God it didn't go through the throttle body. So I take the air tube off. I go, let's take the throttle body off. We take the throttle body off, and there's a lake inside my intake manifold.
This is all while you're on the trail.
You're still sitting there.
Wow.
Lake inside the intake manifold. I'm like, fuck. Well, I got microfiber towels, I got a box of tools, and I got Jose Cuervo. How are we getting out?
I mean, it seems like a good combination. I don't see how the Jose Cuervo helps.
Oh, we'll get to that later.
It numbs the pain.
We'll get to that later. First of all, I took a shot because I was freaking the fuck out.
You should, yeah. Calm down a little bit.
So we took all the microfiber and we started literally going inside with like a really long screwdriver and scooping out all the water out of the intake manifold. Throttle body. I didn't want to take the manifold off the engine and have all the gaskets. Yeah. So I'm pulling it out the throttle body and it's just like dripping down my engine. I'm like, yo, that's a lot of water. Hey, Jeff, let's go pull the plugs. He goes, okay, let's pull the plugs. So we remove all the covers, pull all the whatever plasma things, and start pulling plugs, and there's mud on every tip of the plug.
Oh!
Mud, like you pull it off and it's dripping.
Like what color are we talking here?
Brown mud, like legit. Brown. Like you pulled it like this fucking stool brown, which you can't see. It's basically just mud.
Doo-doo brown.
Straight up, and it's dripping out of and they're iridium plugs, right? Just dripping.
You're so fucked.
Oh my god, dude.
You're so fucked.
I'm so fucked.
What are you doing?
So I'm like, Jeff, listen, here's what we need to do. We need to go to an auto parts store right now, and we need to go get jumper cables, and I need to go get new plugs, and I need to go get a better tool to put the plugs back in, because I was just deep enough to pull them out, but to put them back in, I wouldn't have had the length. Yeah, and I don't want to break that shit. That's a head. Yeah. So he puts me in his car, and we off-road 8 miles to a hardware store. There's no auto store. The auto store is 2 hours away.
Yeah. You get down the mountain, right?
Yeah, I'm like, I can't do that. So we go 8 miles off-roading, get to the hardware store. I'm like, I need this, this, and this. It's like, actually, we have the fitting, we have the jumper cables, and that's it. We don't have anything else. I'm like,
spark plugs.
No spark plugs. I'm like, okay.
Compressed air? Any compressed air?
No, I didn't think to buy that.
Right? Take me with you when you do these things.
You're right, but, I'm an idiot.
Hey, and I wouldn't have been able to go anywhere. I'd have been like, I'm sorry, I gotta go to a 2-year-old's birthday party.
Hey, you want to come? No, I can't. Hey, you want to come? No, I can't.
I know.
Okay.
Thank you for always inviting me.
That's fine. It happens.
Trust me, I'd rather be off-roading with you than doing everything that I do.
Okay. That's a good thing. You saved yourself me panicking. So then we off-road back to the rig. The rig's sitting there, and I'm like, okay, let's do some work. So we the plugs are all off, and I start to crank the car over, and all the fucking mud is going
shoots out
everywhere.
Blasting.
And then all the pulleys in the engine are caked with mud too, so it's spraying. Like, it looks very dramatic, but it's really just coming out of all the
Kind of cool in a way, yeah.
Just and then I took the jumper cables because I knew I'd be cranking a long time to get everything out. And I'm like, you know what? I really don't think I got everything out. Introduce Jose Cuervo. So then I pour Jose Cuervo down in the intake manifold because the plugs are pulled. to rinse everything off. Jose Cuervo is alcoholic, so it's flammable.
Well, it's 40% alcohol.
Yeah, well, whatever.
What's
the
the
sugar
rest?
will burn off. I don't fucking
The
care.
rest of that
Yeah,
shit.
I don't care. It's I don't have water. I have Jose Cuervo, right?
Yeah,
so I'm not gonna put water in my engine. I already just did that. So Jose Cuervo.
Back into the lake, guys.
Yeah. So Jose Cuervo it is. So I'm pouring it into each each plug wall.
Is your truck on spring break in fucking Daytona,
Yeah,
Florida?
yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah, if I have roofies, I put it in there too, but I don't have roofies.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So I'm pouring it into
some
each
block.
Throw some beads over the
Yeah,
inside.
yeah.
man, come on!
Yeah. Show me your tits. Do it for your father. Wait, sorry. Anyway, so I'm pouring it in. All the
GX has gone wild.
You're gonna love this. We popped the hood on all of them.
Like steel drum playing in the background and hood's coming. And just as you see the engine, it comes the
You've
next
never
shot.
seen a GX like this. Fast forward 2 years later, I go to jail for tax evasion.
It happens. It happens to everybody, dude.
So I pour Jose Cuervo into all the cylinders. I pour it into the intake manifold, and then I start the car just to get everything out. I'm like, okay, I can't get any better than this. This is all I have right now. Let's put the car back together. And Jeff's like, okay, let's do it. Jose Cuervo on the fucking plugs.
There it is.
The airbox and the filter were fucked, so I'm not putting that back on the car because it's
Sure.
like caked
You gotta
in
bring
mud.
more stuff in.
Yeah, so ditch the filter. The GX470s have another filter above the main filter. It's called a secondary filter, right above the mass airflow sensor.
Okay.
I don't know why they have it. It's made out of cotton. That thing was fucked, so I just cut it out with a knife.
Thank goodness they did.
Left it on the trail.
Yeah, that might have saved
Yeah, that might have saved me, right? Okay, so it's time to put everything back together.
Yep.
I'm like, okay, let's do it. After we've been cranking the car, I'm getting all these codes because like there's no ignition. It's just cranking.
Yeah, sure.
Cranking. Put everything back together. Start the car. It hates life. It's like starts up perfectly. No tick. No broken valves. No. It's running. And I'm sitting there like, how is this car running right now? And then Jeff's like, fucking rev it, man. Now that it's running, I'm like, God damn it, this is what got me in here in the first place.
Put some shit through there.
Fuck it. And then the exhaust just like spits out chunks of all this. Like,
Oh my god.
Jose Cuervo.
yeah. So, but it was like a crazy, the car had never started faster in its life because of the Cuervo that was already in the cylinders.
I like a little high too.
It just went. So then I'm like, okay, I'm going to get down this hill, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do a leak down test when I get home, like rattling all these things in my brain. The car makes it home. Every time I get on the gas, I just see plumes of smoke come out of the back. I get home, I do an entire bottle of Lucas oil, injector cleaner. I change the oil. I get new plugs. I get new filters, and the car's running like a top.
Was the oil junky?
Yeah, was it like...
Yeah, did you get some chunks of shit?
No,
Water?
I didn't get, no. There might have been water, but it was dark, like wine red mixed with like black. It was dark.
Like you just had 4 Red Bulls
Yeah, it was
and
fucking
KFC
dark.
and you took a dump.
Yeah, and like real thick.
God,
but
yeah,
like,
that's amazing, dude. That the car's ran good and is running good.
it's still running good.
Toyota.
I mean,
What moves you?
if there's wood, I'll knock on it. But
Yeah.
like, that was amazing.
Wow.
Wow.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, I'll never not buy a Toyota for the rest of my life. I don't care how much the tax is. Like,
That's an
I'm buying a Toyota.
Well, that's a good
Yeah,
endorsement.
GX470. There's a long story, but like, fuck, I drove it here.
Well, you did drive
And it
there.
looked fantastic,
Yeah.
by the way.
Yeah, no smoke, right?
No smoke. I had more smoke when I started up the Corolla this morning just to pull it out of the garage.
What
so
are
we
you
could do
doing
this
with
podcast.
that?
Yeah.